Recorded Books is pleased to present the Modern Scholar series, where great professors teach you. My name is George Wilson, and I'll be your host. Today we begin a course entitled Stranger Than Fiction, the Art of Literary Journalism. Your professor will be Professor William McKeen. Professor McKeen is a professor of journalism at the University of Florida. He teaches courses in writing, journalism history, literary journalism, and the history of rock and roll. Professor McKeen received his Ph.D. in Higher Education Administration from the University of Oklahoma in 1986. He also holds a Master of Arts in Mass Communication and a Bachelor of Arts in History, both from Indiana University. Before beginning his teaching career, he worked for newspapers in Indiana, Florida, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. He has also been an editor for the American Spectator and the Saturday Evening Post. And, in addition to his academic duties, serves as book editor for Creative Loafing, a weekly arts and lifestyle magazine in Tampa, Florida. Professor McKeen is the author of several books. Outlawed Journalist has been widely hailed as the definitive book on the iconoclastic journalist Hunter S. Thompson. Writing in the Times of London, critic Christopher Hitchens called it admirable and haunting. He has also published a memoir of a 6,000-mile road trip with his grown son, Highway 61. Rock and Roll is Here to Stay is a massive history of rock and roll and part of the Norton Anthology series. He has written several other books on American popular culture, literary journalism, and music. McKeen is the father of 7 children and lives with his wife and whatever children are home at the moment on a small farm near Wackahoota, Florida. For more information on this course, please visit its webpage at www.modernscholar.com, where you'll have access to links to related sites and a seminar room to share your thoughts with other students. And now we begin. Stranger Than Fiction, the Art of Literary Journalism. Lecture 1, Ancestors.
Hello, fun seekers. Welcome to Stranger Than Fiction, which is a course in the Modern Scholar series about literary journalism. And if you wonder what literary journalism is, I'm good, because that's my job. I'm going to be talking about it. And before we get into any of the details of literary journalism, we have to talk a little bit about journalism itself and where it comes from. And really, it's as old as human beings on Earth, because we've always had a need for stories, and I guess we've always had a need for gossip, and, stories and gossip together seem to form a lot of the material of modern journalism. And at some point, a long time ago, one of our hairy and unhygienic ancestors decided that a sound could mean a thing. They were used to going around and bumping into things and going, ugh! But then somebody decided that would have a meaning. And maybe it was hand me the piano or give me the car keys or something like that. But whatever it was, someone a long time ago decided that a sound could mean a thing. And that's when we began having language. And then at another point, someone decided that there was a way to preserve those sounds in writing, to make a symbol that represented the sound. And that was an invention. So the invention of writing freed us, because then we could communicate with people that we couldn't see. We could communicate with people who weren't right next to us. We could pass a note that said, hand me the piano, or where is your smoke signal, or whatever. And that's when mass communication was born. So that's part of the human need we have for stories and storytelling and information. And there's something that resembled a newspaper as far back as, 59 BC or so. And until the time of Gutenberg, at least in Europe, in the Western civilization, newspapers were hand-copied. But then when we began to have printing and the possibility of other interpretations of ideas, for example, once they printed the Bible, it wasn't just that which was read to you by the priest each week. You could read the Bible and think Well, wow, I don't...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?